Hello, and we are back to Mammo 3. So, I'm on 11%. Didn't really gain much from last episode because, well, we were stuck in a Wily Fortress for quite a bit. Not even a Wily Fortress state, the Wily Fortress, as I later found out. That's not the way I'm going. That's a lot of cargo, I don't know if I noticed that before. Anyway, today I want to go... change character first. We're gonna give a second round to all the costumes, and once I go through the second round of costumes, I think I'm gonna start looking at some custom skins to see what possibilities we have. So let's go for with roll today. Also, I gained a new plushie. I also have some. Yeah. Because if we go into the enter, I have a sparse capsule. That's the dupe from Burstman. Can I... oh. But I feel like I got a new one as well. Because I've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 13, 14 plushies, right? So here we have... oh, I see the new one immediately. 12, 17. Oh, you're new. Taboo King? I think having a skull just in the corner actually works. Oh, and then the sign. This kind of works just having it here. It's huge! And then the last one is Epsilon. No idea where I'm gonna put Epsilon, to be perfectly frank. Hiding behind Baba? That's fine. So, yeah, good. Next order of business, travel brochure. We're going to the casino first because... oh, hello. You're new. Princess! You! I remember you from the hotel. You just stood there and watched as a security took me away. Don't think I've forgiven you. I can't believe how everyone has been treating me. No one even remembers my name. Meanwhile, everyone treats you like royalty. It was supposed to be me getting praised. This should be my story. Now the only place I'm allowed to go is the casino, since it isn't run by that cheap Ernest will. And the bouncer won't even let me right in. He says I'm not the right crowd. I've had it with everyone. All of you NPCs need to learn your place. The princess is a bit angry. Because I have 40 trickster tokens, so... I am going to get a very handy item. No, not weakness radar. Oh, sorry, wait. Where is the item that I wanted to get? I thought it was... an electronic device that makes a noise and displays a hint when you are near a secret item or area. It was 30 all along. I initially thought it was, and then somewhere in my mind it just clicked that it's 40, so this is what I wanted to get. Now, the thing with this, I won't always be using it. In fact, I'll have it off on blind playthroughs of the stage. The only time I will use it is if I'm stuck and cannot find where the secret item is. For that reason, level mapper might be quite good to get next as well. But there's also power-ups like metal helmet will be quite good just to not fall in bottomless pits. Skull amulet, very good. Don't really need that. Energy converter, very good as well. Maybe I get energy converter, because that's gonna be... I'll wait for metal helmet. In fact, well, I will eventually start getting them all, so... Moral booster? Oh, right, I've got this. A sign and a sign, so... Now, where is my travel brochure? Oh, it's this. With that said, am I sane? Maybe I'm insane. I'm going back to X6 meme. Because... ooh. Ooh. I completely forgot about this teleporter. Or did I? I really completely forgot about that teleporter. But anyway, the reason I'm here is for some revenge. It's time to go and find the missing token. And assuming it's just gonna make a noise when I'm close to it. We know it's after the auto-scroll section. Hopefully I can pull it off relatively quickly because I'm not really looking forward to going through that again, if I'm perfectly frank. Okay, secrets time. Somewhere here. It has to be hidden in this area. Like, it has to be hidden here. Anything to go down? Okay, that's the gate. Am I playing my cards right here? A sign, how do I know if it's a sign? These things you use. Because, no, but... Oh, the only thing I don't know... This is the only item of its kind. And I don't know if it's on now. Because I did not hear anything. Electronic device that makes a noise and displays a hint when you are near a secret item or area. I suppose what I should have done is gone to a stage to test how it works. Before coming to X6 meme. I made a mistake then. I made a mistake then. My endeavor has failed. I need to find a stage that has a secret that's like easy to get to. Let's try Crashman Simulator. I just need to know. And understand how this works. Okay, so now I have to go and test. What happens if I get close to a token? Does it make a noise? I need to at least know what kind of noise I should be looking out for. It's not making a noise. I'm a bit confused. What am I meant to do? Now it's off. Honestly, I don't know how this is meant to work. Unless it doesn't count for ones that I already have. What a waste of time! I guess this remains a mystery for now. I don't even know if it's on. I don't know if it's even working. I honestly don't know. Okay, I guess X6 meme will remain a mystery for now. I thought I had it assigned, but unless I need to have it assigned and go into a stage with it. But it didn't. I don't know. I'm just not wasting any more time with this. But anyway, I'm gonna have it off then. Because I want it off. For new stages at least. Well, that was a bloody waste of time, wasn't it? In that case, it's back to tier 3. and actually playing some stages again. So after my failed attempts at trying to find the missing token in X6, I just need to basically scrap that entire segment because it's no good to me. So yeah, I suppose I'm just gonna combine that like a little bit of that and my explanation as well as the next entry's level. So yeah, time to take a refreshing pause and I'll be right back. And we are back. So with my failed endeavor at trying to find the token, let's play the game instead. And maybe one day I'll just stumble across it or find another item that helps, like the level mapper. Gyotard, I am literally so happy to be here. It's not even for any particular reason. You're in water. I'm not rooting for anyone in particular or looking forward to one specific thing. I am just pumped to be here. Yeah. Nice for you. So today we're taking on, or for now at least, the 152nd entry, Cutman's New Warehouse by Nat Gaming 101 with an overall score of 36.40. Patchy being the most generous, but not by that much this time. Pretty average scores with Shin, as per usual, giving a pretty rough score. Only one element and 2 trickster tokens. Oh, is that a different card? Yes, yes it is. You are so happy to be respawning. So, okay, you're just hovering in there, please. So gonna be throwback to Cutman. Lots of Mega Man 1 enemies, Mega Man visuals. That's not a Mega Man 1 enemy. Oh, hello there. Oh, you're not welcome though. Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting you to do that. Can I actually... You are so aggressive. Can I defeat you? By anything? At least that. Anything here? Oh, this is a nice mix. Okay, are we going into Cutman's warehouse now? Yes, we are. Look, I'm tired of dealing with... I was trying to find my weapon. Like, I'm... Blader, please. Nice, but you barely got stunned there for like... It was literally a second. Not even that. It was a frame. I expected a bit more. There's the mess I'm expecting to see. That's the Mega Man 1 mess. We are on the lookout for 2 tricks that I can remember. The shield attackers seem to be very slow in this engine. Like, extraordinarily slow. Or maybe they do vary in speed, but... Oh! Checkpoint, okay. It's nice to get checkpoints mid-stage again. I mean, let's play the stage the way it's intended to be played, right? So, this is just used as a gimmick, which is interesting. And just skipping it outright would be a bit dull. Now, I am one hit from death here, so... But if I'm on Gutsman platform, anything might as well be a one-hit death. Well, that just didn't align very nicely. Oh, you're gonna shoot? No? That didn't align very nicely either. Am I gonna get a chance? No. Maybe this time, but like 4th, 5th times lucky? No. This is the problem when you don't place your Gutsman left. They really do not align. I waited 5 cycles and they still didn't align. You are so happy to be respawning. way too easily to respawn. That goes left. And that seems harder to get to. Or is this the path for a token? Usually the path that's harder is meant to have the prize. And while getting to this isn't that difficult. But I was right to go up here. Okay, I'm glad. The path, it's not hard to get to this, but because this path is far more... I was expecting you to drop down there, if I'm perfectly honest. I don't know why. I think I remember the stage in Magma 2 where the gust lift just kept going. They didn't care about rails. They just kept going and fell off if they had to. It was a pretty huge stage. Somewhere in tier 8. Hey! New plushie to the collection. I think using Crashman platforms is actually pretty neat for the warehouse. Oh god. Oh, why are you back? You want me to go to the left? Toothpaste, dispenser? I mean, I can go there if I really... That was just freaking poor. You know, I have to try though. I think you're meant to do it from here. Can you stop spawning? You're really annoying. Get out of here. You're not welcome in this game. No. I don't like the flying shell. Why are you respawning constantly? Well, confirmation. There's nothing there. I hate the flying shell! Now we have flying shell and this. Oh, I can see this not being that fun to do on a perfect run. Oh, I really do not see this segment being very fun to do on a perfect run. Wait, maybe I can slide into one of these paths. That is very sneaky. Ooh! Barely made it. I suspect we don't want to go to the left, right? In fact, getting there looks ludicrous. You have to use Magnet Beam. Let's just get out of here. We've got both tokens, so all I need is to go beat Cutman. You just say you got protected for far too long. I'm not dealing with you. Oh no, no, I saw that! Oh no! I saw them! Yes, why are you fast? But you seem to be... Okay, I jumped way too early. And went back on myself. You seem to follow a pattern. Well, that room looks bloody mean. Okay. Hey! That's 2 in this stage. Nicely done. I got a Gabule, or Spine. Gabule's such a cool name, though. Well, Big Eye? It feels like a Big Eye's coming. Yeah. How can I read this game so well? Big open room, spaceship. Oh my gosh, thank you very much, Big Eye. Free! Alright, let's see if Cutman has improved on his fighting skills. We're fighting in the left. Cutman! Are you okay? What is going on? I'm gonna take that's not meant to happen, but that's hilarious nonetheless. Cutman just, he wasn't having it today. He really wasn't having it. I'm bemuzzled, is that a word? Baffled. I don't know what. Okay. Yeah. Bye, Cutman. I don't know if that's meant to happen, if that's a joke, or if Cutman just decided he's not having it today. We'll see if any of the judges can confirm whether that's a feature or shield attack is small. Even at its size, you're quite certain its terrible triple strength shield would get in the way. Absolutely. Milk? Wikipedia could not find references that this said Gnoosh in real life. So this is actually a reference to... Well, Milk was the first hero boss in Magma 2, and I forget where it's from. But yes, that's probably the reference here. And last but not least... Game Boy! A certain junk-themed Robot Master's console of choice. This portable powerhouse plays it loud. Yeah, I'm still trying to comprehend Cutman's legendary exit of that battlefield, because that was something, alright? Anyway, on to judge comments. Nick, 34. An attempt to revitalize Cutman's level? I can see the idea, if nothing else, but for the purposes of the contest, this was flawed from the outset, and ideally you'd make something that's more your own thing. Putting aside the creativity weaknesses, the warehouse has a ton of enemies and no idea what to do with half of them. I counted 17 different types of enemies here, and the only ones that consistently stuck out are semi-interesting were the super cutters and flying shells. No, I'm not having the flying shells as interesting enemies. They're the worst. Get away from me. The Susies were a little different from normal, but mostly because they were placed in odd spots that made it hard to tell when they would actually move. Yep, you there. Everything else is simple challenges against a largely drab grey, which is neither fun nor even that well designed. The aesthetic in particular is a sticking point with me. I get that Cutman's tiles can be awkward to work with, but those indents exist on his tileset because a pure grey wall isn't interesting to look at. It's not actually that bad at the start, which coincides with the level's stronger efforts to be interesting. But as the aesthetic takes a dive, so too does everything else. Considering we're talking about Mega Man 1 aesthetic, this managed to be especially weak. I'll give credit to the token rooms and the flying shell implementation. Those were actually kind of fun. Mick, are you okay? I don't like the flying shells rooms. The rest of it though, this needs work, for sure. I'll suggest picking a smaller selection of enemies and finding ways to adjust their scenarios with terrain or grouping. Quality over quantity, that's my advice. Why stick to one when you can have both instead? Jin, 23. This is a very lacking level, to put it mildly. A lot of the enemies are placed in basic configuration that pose little to no threat, with some exceptions for the first few screens, and really most of it comes from the bladers. They are pretty damn aggressive. I can only really name two parts of the stage that stood out to me in some way. The small section of two metals and the rotating super cutter, and the vertical section of respawning flying shells. Both of these require a more thoughtful approach and quick reactions from the player in order to get through unscathed, or at least in comparison to the rest of the level. I feel the stage would have been a lot better if I focused more on moments like that. No, I don't want more of the stage focusing on the flying shell segment. No, I've had enough of them already. What might have also helped is if the gimmicks had a greater presence here. Guts, lifts, drop platforms and a single foothold only appear for one section each before swiftly disappearing for good. It makes me wonder if these were more sections meant to include these gimmicks. There were more. Can't read. But we're never finished. Now that I think about it, that's a good way to sum up the stage. It feels unfinished. Nowhere is that more exemplified than in the background. What happened to the details here? Aside from drop shadows below the ceilings, the background is almost always a flat shade of grey once you get halfway through it. In short, if this had more sections like the ones featuring the flying shells of the super cutter, then this probably would have turned out to be a pretty decent stage. As it is now, it's just very bland. Achi, 48. Out with the old, in with the old. It's a remix stage, I guess. More appropriately it would be a reimagining stage, or rather it's just a stage that happened to be featuring Cutman elements as well as some others. It does some neat things like making the 8-way shot enemies, flying shells, relevant to the stage layout. Otherwise mostly just resembles the original Cutman stage with not much added in, such as the octopus batteries or shield attacker barely putting up any threats. However, one major difference from the original stage is that this is no longer really beginner friendly with the additional more complicated gimmicks. That is the main problem I have for the stage. I am really not sure what the goal of this is. Is it trying to expand on using the existing stage as a base, create a hard mode version of the stage? The gust lifts are a bit annoying in the sense that they don't really sync with each other. I felt that once I missed my ride initially. So you end up with times where you have to wait on the same platform to cycle through until the next platform is in a better spot. There's also a really wrong stretch of the level that is just a grey background, which is not really aesthetically pleasing, and uncannily resembles a default game maker room, and a random lone foot holder that is just there. I'm glad it behaves the way it's meant to. To end things off is a regular unmodified Cutman fight. You're saying unmodified, so I'm thinking him exiting the stage in his fashion was not meant to happen. It is not really that exciting, and just whatever conflicts with whatever vision this entry was going for. I'm actually happy that that happened, because that's something you only experience once on a blind run. I don't know what caused that to happen, but it's hilarious nonetheless. Flashman 40. I would expect a fresh take on Cutman to take place at a lumber mill with log and bucksaw gimmicks, or incorporate the scissor enemies from Mega Man 9 and Challenger from the future, or merge ideas from the NES, Game Boy and powered up version. I assume this level attempts the latter, but it's hard to tell. The pleasant music, perfectly serviceable graphics, and disappointingly unremarkable boss fight are the only obvious ties to Cutman. I see a number of assets that have appeared in at least one official version of Cutman's level. However, I see many additional assets that don't seem to fit. A lack of focus is the big issue here. We don't need two similar styles of moving platforms and two similar styles of Sniper Joe. There was a second Sniper Joe. I know the red one. Oh, and the orangey one. Okay. There are enough enemy types without throwing Baton and Squirm into the mix. That's going to be toothpaste dispenser. Footholder and Yoku blocks might as well not be there. Forget how everything connects to Cutman. I barely understand how one screen connects to the next. Without a clear gameplay theme or sense of meaningful challenge progression, this feels like a general Mega Man 1 remix run amok. Few screens show some promise, the metals right before the first Cutman platform are fine, Beak plus Crashman platform is decent, and Flying Shell plus Drop platform is nice and tricky. Most everything else is messy, uninteresting, or familiar to a fault. The room with 3 progressively easier Mega Man 2 Sniper Joes blocking hallways and guarding ladders hurts my soul. That one is quite mean. If you clear out all the moving parts, the structure is pretty sturdy. The architecture is acceptable with only one glaring flaw. Hello, gaping pit where there should be a section that divide up. Importantly, checkpoints are the right distance apart aside from a major redesign of everything challenge related. A couple power-ups are all the place really needs. An Ace 37. This stage is, obviously enough, an attempted remake of one of the most basic stages of the original game, and in an attempt to flesh out the stage. The final result is a grab bag of generic assets and enemies placed with such frequency that there is never any time to breathe. That most of these enemies are incredibly tedious to kill removes any sense of flaw that the original Cutman stage had. Well, I understand why you are using the original tile set. The first game's backgrounds have aged poorly, and as a result, unless you expand it and innovate on them, the result is a fairly lifeless and ugly stage, especially the significant amount of bright blank background. The rooms with Crashman platforms were used quite intelligently, and I do not mind the hidden offshoots with tokens, although a clearer visual cue for the second would have been nice. Honestly, I enjoyed the original 1987 stage more. That's not good comment to hear from a judge. So Crashman legendary exit is not meant to happen. That was just something that broke the game, and is hilarious nonetheless. Like the judges said, it's a remake or reimagination of Cutman's stage from the original game, with a much larger variety of enemies and gimmicks, although some gimmicks are used once and never to be seen again, like Yoku Block or Footholders for instance. It's a casual rompy stage. I didn't think I noticed the background being very ugly, but I don't really care for aesthetics that much unless they blow my mind or they are eye-searing, and I'll comment on them. Otherwise, it's just what it is. Yeah, it's not going to be a terribly memorable stage. It's not like a wow, this is the best Mega Man 1 Cutman remake stage I've ever experienced, but it's there. It's a fair stage. That said, let's move on to the next stage, but first a quick refreshing pause.